Good afternoon. We're with Tim Stacy, who is the CEO with American Teleservices Associations. Tim, welcome. And first of all, give us a little bit about you and the organization that you represent.
Thank you. I'm the CEO for the American Teleservices Association. We're the largest teleservices association in the world. We're the only association dedicated exclusively to the contact center industry. So what does that mean? There's 5.3 million people employed in the contact center business in the United States. I represent about 1.8 million of them, mostly in the largest buyers, sellers, and users of the channel. Inbound, outbound, and now, because it's really the contact center space, not the call center space, we also involve all things related to chat, social media, social networking. Whatever the channel is that terminates in either a centralized location or by centralized design, meaning centralized design by the company that's trying to contact or work with its own customer base. We represent their interests in Washington. We represent their interests by education. We have conferences and shows.
Excellent. What, in your opinion, are the big three trends in the contact center industry over the next 36 months?
I think the trends, ironically, are not new. We are in the midst of a set of trends. Trend number one is channel neutrality. Without a doubt, and if anything, the trend is to move towards channel neutrality. For a while, everybody went like lemmings to the sea, and they spent their time chasing the channel. So, the outbound experience, that's so discouraging because of the do not call list. So we'll go to inbound, and we'll generate a bunch of direct mail. We'll get people to contact us. Oh no, I hear the web is a good idea. Let's go ahead and cut down the costs related to servicing by having people service themselves on the web. And what they found over time is there's a distribution of interest around consumer engagement on the consumer's part. So what companies, I think, are beginning to realize is that the trend is going to remain a trend for a period of time. But individuals, over time, will sort to the method of communication they find most satisfactory. At one point, they were trying and testing every organization they worked with across either phone or web or whatever, or from direct mail even. Now what you're seeing is they're building a collective memory, an individual memory that is collected around what works where. So if I'm going to call American Express, I'm not going to go online because I found American Express can get to me very quickly when I dial them. By the same token, if I'm going to contact HSBC, they've been putting me in queue for a long time. And most of the questions I can get answered, I can go out online to get. So the companies, by engagement and by satisfaction, are training consumers which channel to use. So companies, I think, the trend is towards channel neutrality, meaning I can't invest in any one channel. Every channel requires investment because otherwise I disenfranchise the part of the population that engages using that channel. So that's trend number one. Trend number two, without a doubt, is a labor trend. And I'd love to tell you that it's a consistent trend: offshoring, onshoring, in-home, at-home agent, IVR, etc. It's not. It's this ongoing churn, very similar to trying to figure out channel neutrality. Is trying to understand what do my consumers or my customers respond to best, particularly around customer engagement. Am I able to maximize my relationship, my loyalty, their referral ability, the size of basket they're purchasing, their overall satisfaction? And if I am, who does it best? So inside of that trend, you're seeing all kinds of labor that is being disrupted. The at-home agent continues to rise in popularity. Nearshore is rising faster than offshore. So you're seeing Canada and Mexico, and then of course the Caribbean and everything in Latin America go well. But I see those as micro trends because by and large those don't really reference what's happening, which is the seek for labor, proper labor. And that is also a search for disintermediated labor. How do I remove labor from the process? We've already talked a little bit about, I can do it of course online, but I can also do it with IVR, or I can do it with live assisted IVR. What we're trying to get to, again, is what advertising agencies a million years ago used to refer to as the optimal media spend. Well, now what we're trying to get to is the optimal service spend. And if I look at the optimal service spend, that's a combination of channel and labor on the expense side, and longevity, basket size, and reference on the revenue side. I got to look for both. Third major trend is the power of the consumer. in particular when it comes to, and because of what I do in the industry, which is lobby, in the form of regulation. The effort to protect the consumer is very politically palatable. So consequently, you're seeing lots of lawmakers who want to make a difference or who want to get elected who target major issues related to the contact center industry. When we were in the do not call list, we'd gone 20 years of predicting that it might happen, and suddenly, slowly, it kind of got there. Well, that's 6 years ago or so, maybe 7. At this point in time, what you're seeing is the move towards the inbound contact center. So you have bills that are in place right now to protect us from offshore by announcing the location. You're getting bills that are going to protect us from technology by doing in-queue announcements. You're getting bills to protect from technology by limiting the number of IVR trees that would be allowed for a company to be able to place. And then you're getting, so that's around those types of channels. And then you're having access issues related to privacy. So I have privacy bills that are related to data, and in particular, if you look at some of the more onerous, so what I'm referring to tomorrow in a speech is the Hong Kong hustle. You're seeing that in essence, everybody's answer is, I know what we'll do. We'll start with zero access, and we'll let people opt in over time as to whether or not they want to be contacted by phone, by mail, by email, etc. So the channel constriction with tremendous unintended consequences is on the horizon. But I think, again, legislation is a micro trend in response to an appetite to have more control go into the hands of the consumer for their own data, for their own privacy, of their own communication channels.